Okay, I've been riding mostly on pedal assist 3. So an hour and 48 minutes, 24 miles so far. Voltage is 50. That's the riding voltage. We started at 54. So pretty good distance so far. On 3, really not pulling a whole lot of current. Hello, welcome to Random Things. This is Ty, and today we're gonna ride the Lectric XPremium out to see how far I can get riding on pedal assist mode 3. Partly because I am trying to rack in the miles because I'm on Team Lectric for the Great Cycle Challenge. So this is that Children Cancer Research Fund that you can join. Lectric will sponsor you $1 for every mile. So if you're already riding, might as well sign up. It's completely free to sign up for Team Lectric. You don't even actually have to ride a Lectric. Anyway, so what we want to do is try to understand how this bike works pedaling on pedal assist mode 3. Because remember, this is a mid-drive motor with a torque sensor. So this is very different than your traditional hub motor like the XP 2.0. And so, you ever seen the video where I went throttle only and I can get about 45 miles on throttle only? I'm riding my bike with an extra battery actually, because I'm not sure, I don't want to get stuck out somewhere in the middle of nowhere with no battery. So I'm probably packing about 100 pounds, and this is a pretty decent headwind now. So hopefully we'll be able to get some decent data to share. So keep watching, and I'll circle back with you at the end. Check it out, riding for cancer. So when you're riding on PAS3 on first gear, not many amps, not very fast. Then you start to increase your gearing, so it's second gear. You pull a little bit more amps, but still not a lot of amps, and still not very fast. But you do want to use your lower gears or your climbing gears when you have a little bit of uphill, because that will help the drivetrain last longer. And you can see that spike in voltage, or amperage, sorry. So that's the current draw. So if we then go to third gear, you can see that initially, again, there's that shift sensor that will cut off power, and then it'll try to resume current to get you to the designated speed at this PAS mode. So we're going to fourth, the designated speed is around 17. If you go to 5, which is the gear I think is most comfortable at PAS3 for me, you generally draw around 4 amps, and you go about 18 miles an hour. Climbing, so I want to shift, coming up to a critical turn, and we are at the Honda Center. As I mentioned, so on PAS3, fifth gear is probably the most comfortable gear on this PS level, and you'll go about 18 miles an hour and pulling about 3 to 4 amps on a steady basis. Obviously when you're going downhill and uphill, that's going to change as you ride. So I'm climbing now, so you see that inrush. A minute ago there was nothing because I was going downhill. Okay, so inrush to get you to standard speed, and then we'll back off. And then if you go to 6 on PAS3, now you're really going to start feeling that resistance. And to really get above that 18, that's where you really going to have to start pedaling. And what it's going to do is maybe give you a little bit more speed, but start cutting down on current. Not really going to make you go any faster. So that's how the PAS3 works for me so far. Alright, we're almost home. So still riding on pedal assist 3. We're in fifth gear. So average, when you're in fifth gear, it's about 18 miles an hour, pulling about 3.5 to 4 amps. So that's how it modulates. Let's see, 4 hours and 45 minutes was the ride this morning, and we've gone 62.4 miles, and we still got 46 volts left. Started with 54 volts, fully charged battery. So this is running volts. So when I stop pedaling, you can see that the voltage actually comes up a little bit. So that's like the resting voltage. So pretty good. Let's just run through this real fast. 4 hours and 50 minutes for today's ride. 62.6 miles, 47 volts left resting voltage, and obviously no current. So let's do a quick wrap up. As you can see, I only got to 46 volts. I still had battery left. And according to the Strava app, right, I've gone 60 miles. I trust the Strava app more than the onboard computer. Onboard says 62, Strava says 60. I'm going with 60. So I started with 54 volts, ended with 46 volts, right? Meaning that I still had 3 more volts, right? 43 is the cutoff voltage for shutting off power. I still had 3 more volts. So if you assume a linear relationship between 54 to 46 and 60 miles, right, I should be able to get 20 more miles. 20 more miles plus 60, you're looking at 80 miles. So if you're riding on pedal assist mode 3, and you're riding in the proper way, which is steady cadence, right, using your gears up when you're either going uphill or going downhill, right, so that you maintain steady as you can current draw, right, you can get 80 miles. Now, with the Lectric XPremium, there is a little bit of a learning curve on how to ride this bike, right? And what I found is that each pedal assist mode, there's a sweet spot. And for pedal assist mode 3, as you saw, the sweet spot is to ride in 5th gear. So that's where you're going to get about 18 miles an hour. You're going to draw a steady 4 amps if you have good cadence, right? And that's going to get you 80 miles. Now, if you drop to 6th gear or even 7th gear, it's not going to take you to a much higher speed because the motor is saying, I'm only going to give you 18. You want more than that? You got to put in your legs. And what you actually will see is not so much that you're going to get much faster by cranking harder. What's going to happen is the motor is going to back off, right? It's not going to give as much power because you're giving the power, right? And so you're going to use less battery. And that's the whole point of this mid-drive motor, is to better simulate a real bike, right? So although that some people that are not used to this may think this is not the greatest, it's actually kind of more of a high-end feel, right? And so that's what Lectric was going for with the XPremium. So you really need to kind of find that sweet spot. And again, for PAS3, for me, I found it's 5th gear. And you're going to go about 18 miles an hour. Now that you know that you can ride 80 miles, let's talk about the Great Cycle Challenge, right? So this is the fundraiser for the Children Cancer Research Fund. And what you can do is you can go to Great Cycle Challenge, right? Great Cycle Challenge, and you can sign up, and then you can join Team Lectric. And what will happen is Lectric will sponsor you and donate $1 a mile on your behalf. And so since you're out there riding your Lectric anyway, or your bike, or your e-bike, whatever you're riding, right, your unicycle, just sign up. And Lectric will sponsor you and donate $1 a mile on your behalf. And if you get more than 500 miles, hey, guess what? You get a cool jersey to show off all the cool thing that you're doing, or the great thing that you're doing in terms of supporting cancer research for kiddos. Because nobody wants to get that message that your kid just been diagnosed with the C word, right? So please join and help this great cause. Now, lastly, on a selfish note, my goal is to ride 1,000 miles. That means, hopefully, I can lose some weight, right? And so when I first started this, I was weighing in at 206 pounds. Now, 3 weeks into it, I'm weighing 201 pounds. So I've lost 5 pounds in the last 3 weeks, right? You might say that may be water weight. Some of it may be water, but you don't know this, but I was at actually 250 pounds a year ago. And so I've lost most of that easy weight. So now it's actually all the hard weight, trying to get that incremental amount. And I can actually feel it. You know, I can feel actually thinner, even though I don't see that dramatic weight loss. And truth be told, you actually want to lose in 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's kind of the healthy weight loss rate, right? If you lose more than that, it's actually probably a lot of water, and it's not very healthy because it's not sustainable. You're just gaining it right back. And so, guess what? Riding an e-bike, you can lose weight, right? You can lose weight, raise money for a great cause, right? And get out there and just enjoy the great outdoors. So with that, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like and share button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. That would really help me out. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next random video. Cheers.